know how to send a message?
No.
Okay, you might have to get an adult, okay? Oh, you're not writing anything because I'm telling you how to play this game. I want to play the game. You have 5 plus 5. Now, I don't want the answer. You are going to tell me, is that a double fact? Is that what we call double fact? Or is that a near double? So now on your whiteboards, if you think 5 plus 5 is a double fact, you need to write only the letter D. If you think it's a near double fact, you're going to write an N. And we're only writing one letter, so it should be kind of speedy. Right, ready? Show me. I should only see on your boards the letter D or the letter N. A D or an N. If you said D, you are correct. Good job. Do a little celebration. Good, Blake. I like it. And I'm even going to give you guys a point. Let's do another one. Let's do... Four plus 5. Is it a double fact or a near double fact? Remember, you were only writing either a D or an N. Good listening. Good job. Ready? Show me. If you have an N for near double, ding, 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 you are correct. Good job. Oh, I erased your point. Sorry. 2 for you. Going to change it up a little bit. Are you ready? Now you're going to tell me if this is an equation or not an equation. Are you ready? E for it is an equation, or N for no way, it is not an equation. Remember, equations can also be called a number sentence. I'm waiting for a couple more friends. You gotta be showing the boards so we can give you points. And show us. If you have E, do a celebration because it is an equation. Like a number sentence. Good job. Let's do another one like that. Equation, not an equation. We have some smart cookies in here. If you have N, not an equation, say, I am a math whiz. Because you are correct. Okay, now we have a tricky one. Here's my tricky one. You gotta listen to. If I have 2 plus 5 equals 7. Who remembers what vocabulary word do we call that 7? It's 3 letters. What do we call that when you have an answer to an addition problem? What math word would you call that? It's 3 letters, and I'll even give you a hint. It starts with an S. Yes, Jackson? Sum. He is correct. S-U-M. Good job. Remember, your answer to an addition problem is called sum. If you had that, raise the roof. And here's our bonus. This is our last one. Our bonus. If the 7 is the sum, what do you call these two numbers? They have a name too. Hint, it's kind of like add. Benny?
I think it's called adding.
I think you are correct. Good job. If you knew that too, give us a wave. That those two numbers are called add-in. Good job. You can erase your boards. Good job. And when you have your boards erased and you can put the caps on your markers, you can stand up because I'm going to teach you our I can. Can they see me? Give me 2 thumbs up like you got it, dude, if you can see me. Awesome. So just like we have I cans for reading, Angel, you might have to go to the people on the side. Just like we have I cans for reading, we're going to learn one for math. Because we've been working on addition. Make a plus sign with your hands. Been working on addition. But today we're going to do the opposite of addition. Who knows the opposite of addition? If you're not adding your Blake. Landry, one. Subtraction. Yeah, make a subtraction sign. Go across. So we're going to do I can add and subtract numbers. And then you put your hands down at your side. I can add and subtract numbers. Can you guys do it without us? Ready? You can. Oh, I thought Cheyenne. Good job, Cheyenne. You can. Add. Make add and subtract numbers. Good job. Let's see if we can do it speed racer. I can add and subtract numbers. Do it silly with some dance moves. Add, subtract numbers. Good job. Go back to students and let me show you how we're going to achieve that I can. Yes, Riley?
I didn't tell your other thing, but now I just see kind of like a bin.
Just like a bin. Do you see my hands?
But
Yeah?
when
Okay, that's what you need to see.
I have
Okay? As long as you can see this, you can have a seat. And you'll need your pencil and your math book. And you'll be on page 29. 29. Our dancing is over. You are back to students. Good job. 29. Looks like this. All right. And we have up here at the very top, it's kind of hard to see mine, so you might have to look on yours. It says, yes, Angel?
what page are we on?
29. 29. Corey, you should be in your math book, buddy. 29. Up here at the top it says, how can counting help you find 12 minus 4? Use the number line to show your work. So, what do we know about subtraction? Because we always want to look at that symbol in the middle first. You want to see if you're adding or subtracting. So when we subtract two numbers, is our answer, the difference, going to be a bigger number or a smaller number? Give me a thumbs up if you think it's going to be bigger. Give me a thumbs down if you think your answer is going to be a smaller number. If you are thumbs down, you are correct. Subtraction is take away. You're taking something away, your number is going to get smaller. So, how you're going to use your number line? I'm trying to find mine. I'm going to do mine on here so you can see it a little better. That line with all those numbers is called a number line. And you can use it to help you count. And that's the strategy that we are going to work on, counting back using a number line. So, who wants to take a guess and tell me, what number do you think we're going to start on? What number do you think we're going to start on? If we're doing 12 minus 4, when I go on my number line, where am I going to start? Angel?
12.
Correct. You're going to start at 12. So, I'm going to make a dot there. You can put your finger there, or you can make a dot. We're going to start at 12, and you told me we're going to move to a smaller number. So that tells us we're going to move that way to your left to the smaller numbers. But how many am I going to move? How many spaces? Landry?
You're gonna move backward 4 times.
Good. You can just move your finger, or you can do these humps to help you keep track. Count with me. 1, 2, 3, 4. What number did I land on? Number did I land on? We have a couple friends that have done it. Help me out. Cheyenne, what number did we land on?
8.
8. You are correct. 8 is great. You could have 4 humps, or you could just move like if you were playing a game. 1, 2, 3, 4. So we know that 12 minus 4 is 8. I will give you a second if you need to still make your humps or write your answer on your page. And you can turn the page to page 30. And it looks like this. All right. At the top, Landry, this is your first warning. Oh, thank you. At the top, it's going to give us another problem. It says find 10 minus 4. Start with the lesser number. Well, what does that mean? What's lesser number? What does that mean? Riley?
Lower.
Yes, less means lower. You're going to start with the lower number. So which number are we going to start with, 10 or 4?
Mr. Hoda,
Yes.
what page are we on?
Page 30. 30. Yes, Riley.
4.
4. Okay, so they're gonna have us, this time, they're gonna show us 2 ways to do it. This time they want us to start at 4. And they want us to move up and stop at what number? If we're doing 10 minus 4, we're gonna start at 4 and move up and stop at what number? Angel?
10.
10, you are correct. So let's start at 4. And I know they did it for you, but use your pencil. Count with me. You're going to make that first hump and go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So how many moves did it take you? Blake? 6. Good job, Thomas. Raise your hand. You're getting the right answers, buddy. You are correct too, Blake. 6. So you can start with the lesser number and move up, or you can go backwards. There's 2 ways you can use the number line, like we did before. The other example, they start at the bigger number, 10, and then they go backwards. 1, 2, 3, 4. You can do either way, whichever way you like best. They are both correct, and you will get the same answer, just different strategies. So let's go to the do you understand? Show me. It's on the side right here. How can you count back on a number line to find 9 minus 5? I'm going to give you 3 minutes, and I want you to do on your paper 9 minus 5. You can do it on a number line, and I'm going to hide mine because I'm going to do it too. All right, you have 3 minutes. When you are finished and you've checked it over, put 2 hands on top of your head. Oh, I shouldn't hear any mics. Oh, good job, Landry and Riley and Cheyenne and Blake. Good job following directions. My other friends, I'm going to give you just a couple more seconds. Isabel, I think you pushed. Yep, there you go, sweetheart. You got it. All right, you can bring those hands down, have your eyes on the screen. There are 2 ways you can do it. I'm going to show you one way. I did both. You could have started at the 9, and if I started at the 9, how many am I going to count back? Jax, do you know if we're doing 9 minus 5 and I'm starting at the 9, how many am I going to count back?
4.
I'm taking away 5. The answer is 4. Good job, buddy. We're going to start at 9 and we're going to count back 5 times because we're taking away 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And Jax is correct. You would land on 4. Or if you wanted to start with the lesser number and start at 5, and then you would count up until you land on 9. And I counted my humps, 1, 2, 3, 4. Same answer, different strategies. If you got that, say whoop whoop. Good job. Isabel, maybe X out of the meeting and then join again and see if that helps you. Good job. So now we have number 1. It says directions, count on or count back, whichever way you want. To subtract, show your work on the number line, and they did number 1 for us. For number 1, they started at 11. Did they count on or count back? Landry?
Back.
Good, yeah, they went back. You'll know. Did that help, Isabel? Or Bella, I'm sorry. Did that help?
No.
No, maybe turn your camera off for a couple minutes, or seconds, I mean, and then try to turn it back on. But Landry is correct. He started at 11, and they're going back because they're going back to 0. Counting on is when you go to the other number. Does that make sense? Yes, thank you for your head nod, so I know. So for number 2, they have 14 minus 7. You can do it whichever strategy you want, counting on or counting back, but you do only number 2. Do number 2, and once you have it, you can make a silly face. Did that work, Bella? Oh, I'm seeing some silly faces, and I'm seeing some friends still working. Great listening. All right, go back to students with your silly faces. Does anyone want to share whether they tell us if you did counting on or if you counted back and what your answer was? Cheyenne, you want to go first?
I went from 14 and I got 7 hoops and I got to 7.
Beautiful.
My answer was 7.
Beautiful. So, Cheyenne, is that the counting on strategy or counting back?
Counting back.
Beautiful. Kiss your brain. That was a great job. Anyone else want to share what they did? Thomas, do you want to share? No, you're just moving your camera. No? Okay. Blake, you want to share?
So, what I did was I looked at it, but then I saw that it was 14 plus 7. So then
Wait, not
I
plus.
think really
14,
What?
not plus, it's minus.
minus, and then so 7 minus 7 plus 7 equals 14. So, I think really, 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 really hard in my head, and then I got the number, so I was counting back.
What number did you start with on the number line? Okay, you started at 7, and then what'd you do after that?
I counted on to 14, but then I thought maybe, oh, it's 7.
Good job. So
Put 7.
which strategy did you use then? Counting on or counting back?
Counting on.
Good job. Yeah, he started at 7, and he made his humps until he got to 14, and he counted them. Good job.
Mr. Hodo,
Yes.
guess what kind of pencil I'm using?
Oh, I can't answer that right now because we're in the middle of a math lesson. I will guess at the end, buddy. Your job is, if you turn the page on page 31, you have to do numbers 3, 4, 5, 6, and you have to do number 7. But I want to talk about number 7 really fast. It says, how can you count on to find 13 minus 4? So when you do that one, we can do an example. So they want us to count on that. They tell us the strategy they want us to use, and we'll do an easier one. We'll do 8 minus 2. So they want you to use your math words. Can anyone using your words explain to us, how would I use that? Where would I start? First, what do I have to do if I want to use counting on to solve 8 minus 2? If I have a number line, you guys are like the teacher. Here's my number line. So pretend you are the teacher who can use their words and tell us what to do. No one's feeling brave? No one wants to be the teacher? Landry?
You gotta count backwards.
Well, they want us to use counting on. So if we're going to use the counting on strategy, which number do you start with? Yes, Landry.
You use 2, then you count up with 8.
Good. So remember, the counting on is you always start at the smaller number because you're going to go up. You start at 2 and you move your humps until you get to 8. Then what do I do? I gotta count my humps, right? If you want to put 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Then I know I moved 6 times. So you have to use your words. You'd say first you start here. Next, you do this. Or last, or finally. So that one's really challenging. So I'm going to give you number 7 for a challenge. I want to remind my friends, don't forget that you have to put this paper on Seesaw. So Miss Jehoda knows and Miss Kay knows that you are doing your work. That is your math assignment for today. Do we have any questions? Any questions? Nope. Okay, make sure you're finishing those jobs because I have lots of friends who still need to do their subtraction on Seesaw too. Capiche? Have a great weekend. I will see you on Monday. If you have questions, send me a message, okay? Goodbye.
Bye.